So thank you so much, Rachel and David, for agreeing to have this brief conversation about what it is that enriches your life as an associate, particularly in this last year, which has been a year like no others. So Rachel, would you like to start, and then David, and just tell us where you are, who you are, and where you're based. Rachel.
Right. Hi, I'm Rachel Weiss. I'm a member of the Perth and Kinross, can't remember the name of our group, but that area's Iona Associates, and I drop into our family group as well. And I'm talking to you, as you can probably see, from the car on the Isle of Scalpay off Harris, where we're on holiday at the moment. So what enriches my life by being associate, particularly in the last year? I think it's a sense of belonging, particularly during the pandemic, where a lot of my usual sources of belonging stopped, like going physically to my own church. But during the pandemic is when I first started attending my family group meetings. I'd been asking, I think, for over a year, and somehow it all came together last year that they said yes. So that's been really good for me, because we're a mixture of associates and members. And so I'm at that forming stage of getting to know the rest of my family group, figuring out how much we share and what we can discuss there. I have loved all the Zoom meetings for the community. I think it started with Tuesday evenings weekly, and that gave me, I think, what I craved, which was a sense of connection with the worldwide Iona community, whether they were friends, associates, or members, and getting into having the combination of shared worship and then breakout groups where I could talk to people and get to know them wherever they were in the world. I cherish that aspect of a universal community, a worldwide one. The various online worships, the Psalms groups and study groups and so on. And last weekend we had our regional meeting for the Northeast, and I really liked that. So maybe it's having these different sizes, my family group, my regional group, and the worldwide group. And in the last year, I've had a much bigger sense of belonging to all of those. Whereas a year ago, I think all I had was the prayer group book. That was it. And maybe one regional meeting a year. And I like the combination of shared values and diversity of opinions as well. Thank you.
Grand, thank you so much, Rachel. David, yeah, over to you.
I'm David Pattinson. I live in Leeds. I've lived here for 20 years. I'm originally from Australia. I've been an associate for about 4 or 5 years. I've never been to Iona. I joined through Greenbelt. And for the past year, I think it's hard not to just say the same things as Rachel just said, which is certainly the Tuesday prayer gatherings and chance to meet people has been hugely enriching and made me, as a relatively new associate, much more aware of the breadth of the community, who people are, the more faces in the prayer book now that I at least know, and maybe I've had a 10-minute chat to. A sense of shared values, from whether these people are in the US or in the UK or in Australia, or in Germany or the Netherlands. This has been really enriching and just encouraging generally. And I certainly hope that this will remain in some form, even post-pandemic. Obviously it's been with the sort of, at the moment, I'm a member of the Yorkshire Associate Group. I'm the coordinator, actually, of the Yorkshire Associate Group. We've sort of now included Northumbria as well. So it's a very big area. One of the other associates, Jean Russell, has been organising prayer on the third Tuesday of every month, which is usually attended by about half a dozen people. But probably through the last year, about 20 different people have taken part. We had a new person join us just this Tuesday. So that's that's all we've been able to manage, but at least it's brought some of the associates in Yorkshire and beyond together in some way, and it's just nice to have a chat and a catch up. Other resources, I've erratically use the daily prayer that's on the website or on YouTube. All of those things is this sense, again, this sense of belonging, this encouragement at a time when, you know, you can't attend your own church live, or we've had a couple of services, but only 2, I think. It's just been something that's been very affirming throughout this period. And at the same time, the kind of values of the community give you something to work with when you think over the kinds of problems we face as a society, as a country, and beyond. And I think the Iona community does have, well, we're very small, and I'm always conscious of that. We do have something to contribute. And I sort of look forward to how that might play out in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, David, and thank you, Rachel. I think that's just the beginning of what will be much bigger conversations about what it means to be an associate member of this community. Thank you so much.